I decided to write some thoughts down as to why I see that the credibility is on the side of Jonathan and Susie. I don't come to this conclusion as an armchair quarterback. I came to it with 25 years with the FBI.
In the intricate web of faith-based broadcasting, few names resonate as profoundly as the Daystar Television Network. Founded by Marcus and Joni Lamb, Daystar has long been a beacon for Christian audiences worldwide. However, recent revelations have cast shadows over its sanctified image, prompting introspection and discourse within the community. In November 2024, a familial rift within the Lamb dynasty became public. Jonathan Lamb, son of the founders and a former host on Daystar, alongside his wife Susie, accused a family member of sexually assaulting their young daughter. They further alleged that the network's leadership endeavored to conceal the incident to safeguard its reputation. These claims emerged shortly after Jonathan's dismissal from the network, a move he contends was retaliatory due to his refusal to sign a non-disclosure agreement and his vocal concerns about the alleged misconduct. Joni Lamb, now at the helm of Daystar following Marcus Lamb's passing in 2021, refuted these allegations. She asserted that Jonathan's termination stemmed from insubordination and a failed attempt to wrest control of the network. The ensuing public dispute has not only fractured familial bonds but also cast a pall over the network's standing in the Christian broadcasting realm. This isn't the first time Daystar has navigated turbulent waters. In 2010, Marcus Lamb publicly confessed to an extramarital affair, revealing that individuals had attempted to extort $7.5 million from him to keep the matter undisclosed. This admission led to a series of legal challenges, including a lawsuit from a former employee who claimed the affair caused her emotional distress due to the betrayal of the network's professed Christian values. The recurrence of such controversies within a ministry dedicated to spiritual guidance raises pressing questions about accountability, transparency, and the human vulnerabilities that can beset even the most devout institutions. Reflecting on these events, a former FBI agent seasoned in investigating organizational misconduct offers a nuanced perspective. He emphasizes that institutions, regardless of their spiritual missions, are not immune to internal strife and ethical lapses. The agent underscores the importance of robust internal controls, transparent governance, and the courage to confront uncomfortable truths. He posits that the true measure of an institution's integrity lies not in its ability to avoid controversy, but in its response to it. Does it prioritize self-preservation, or does it uphold the principles it espouses, even at the cost of reputational damage? In the case of Daystar, the agent suggests that the network's leadership missed critical opportunities to address allegations transparently and to implement safeguards that could prevent future misconduct. The agent also delves into the psychological dynamics at play. In close-knit organizations, especially those led by family members, there's often an inherent tension between loyalty to individuals and commitment to the organization's stated values. This tension can lead to decisions that, while intended to protect the institution, ultimately undermine its moral foundation. Furthermore, the agent highlights the role of power dynamics in such scenarios. When leadership is concentrated in a few individuals, dissenting voices may be silenced, and unethical behavior can go unchecked. Establishing a culture where concerns can be raised without fear of retribution is crucial. The former FBI agent's commentary serves as a poignant reminder that faith-based organizations must remain vigilant against the very human failings they seek to transcend. By fostering a culture of transparency, accountability, and humility, they can navigate the challenges that arise and remain true to their spiritual missions. Let's watch what Linda Rarey, the former FBI agent, has to say on this matter.
I've taken a few days off of X while getting some work done, amusing about how ridiculous the Daystar team's news that they were informed that the CSA investigation was closed because there was no merit. I'm not even going to respond to them anymore because it is so ridiculous. So I decided to write some thoughts down as to why I see that the credibility is on the side of Jonathan and Susie. I don't come to this conclusion as an armchair quarterback. I came to it with 25 years with the FBI, 23 having been a special agent, and approximately 7 years as a licensed private investigator. I have quite a bit of experience in ferreting out falsehoods and misdirection. Here are some things to consider when evaluating the validity information of witness statements obtained in the course of an investigation. Was it provided by someone who had direct knowledge of the matter? Were they physically present or in a position to observe or overhear? Were they directly involved? Is it corroborated by other data, such as other witnesses with direct knowledge, recorded conversations, texts, phone calls, messages, social media postings, documents, videos, or photographs? Has the witness been consistent with the details of the matter? It is reasonable for a witness to recall additional details after the initial interview. Is the source a subject expert on the matter at hand? Are they of good repute? Is the information provided plausible? Does the person providing the information have an agenda? Secondhand information is referred to as hearsay and is not admissible in court, but can be helpful in identifying other witnesses. Also, CSA investigations, while they are numerous, they are unique. They require skills and tactics that aren't usually necessary in typical criminal investigations. Here are some examples that make me tend towards the veracity of Jonathan and Susie Lamb's testimony. 1, their story has been consistent throughout the years. 2, their version of what the daughter told them had happened to her and their description of the change in her personality and fearful reactions to a certain family member subsequent to the alleged incident has remained consistent. 2 reliable witnesses, which includes a licensed professional counselor who also holds certification in forensic counseling, concur that the daughter was displaying trauma reactions consistent with CSA. 3, the initial trip to the school with Joni to talk to the teachers and investigate if the abuser was related to the school does not take away from the veracity of the child's complaint because Susie unwittingly asked leading questions regarding where her daughter originally disclosed the abuse happened. 4, their dropping of the CSA matter with the family was based upon false information provided to them via Marcus Lamb, who had been told by Rachel Lamb that Debbie Leonhardt, the licensed professional counselor with certification in forensic counseling, had cleared Pete of any involvement in the CSA. That this was false is attested to by 2 reliable witnesses not related to the family. 5, their versions of what transpired in the Daystar board meetings are corroborated by the legal clandestine audio recordings of the meeting, while other attendees denied what was clearly recorded. On the Daystar side, my observations are that their narrative relies on hearsay information and opinion, clearly debunked information and information that has no corroboration outside of their tight circle. Another thing that, for me, tends toward impeaching Joni's version is her consistent deflection of the topic at hand by accusing Jonathan of wanting to depose her and take over Daystar. This was observed throughout the recorded audio. This is a typical Darvo ploy. While most definitions of Darvo only use deny as the first letter in the acronym, it also can be deflect, where the offender never answers the question at hand and changes the subject to something that suits them and attacks the person posing the question. This article is aimed primarily at SA situations, but it's a tactic that is very common among the general criminal population. As I used to tell the trainee agents I had been assigned to oversee, the goal of a criminal investigation is not just to put someone in prison. The foremost goal is to find out what is true and then put the perpetrator in prison, and that person might not be the one originally suspected. In closing, the Colliesville PD has confirmed that the CSA investigation is still open. The Texas Penal Code sets the statute of limitations in the case of CSA as 20 years. Starting at the date the minor reached 18 years of age, that means that this case can remain active for another 29 years if need be. Also, in the case where the abuser has not been identified, there is no statute of limitations. The one thing that is beyond question in this investigation is that Baby Lamb was the victim of CSA. Keep praying for numbered justice for Baby Lamb. Seek truth no matter where it leads.
This is a complex situation with a lot of different viewpoints. Some people are very upset and feel that Daystar has betrayed their trust. Others are more forgiving and believe that everyone makes mistakes. And still others are simply waiting to see what happens next. It's important to remember that everyone is entitled to their own opinion. We should be respectful of each other even when we disagree. Here are some of the different perspectives that people have shared. I'm so disappointed in Daystar. I thought they were a Christian organization, but they're just like everyone else. They're more interested in money than in people. I'm not going to judge Daystar too harshly. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm going to give them a chance to make things right. I'm not sure what to think. I'm going to wait and see what the investigation reveals. It's also important to remember that this is an ongoing situation. New information is coming out all the time. It's possible that opinions will change as we learn more. No matter what your opinion is, it's important to be informed. Read the news, listen to different perspectives, and make up your own mind. Thanks for watching. What do you think about the Daystar scandal? Let me know in the comments below.